Okay, microphone should now be working. That should now be working. That should now be working. Lovely. Now be working. Yeah. Okay. Right. Hello guys, and welcome back to another top lane coaching session. Today we're going to be looking at some Quinn gameplay. As usual, if you do like the style of coaching that you see in these videos, take a look down in the description and you'll see a link to my Fiverr page where you can see the 3 packages available. You've got the basic package, which will just get you a VOD review, and then you've got the standard package, which is what you're going to see in these videos. And then you've got your premium package, which is what today's customer has purchased, where you will get 4 sessions over 4 weeks, and we'll look to gradually improve and iterate on what we learn in each session. So let's give the client a call, and yeah, we'll see what they want to chat about. Ringing now. Okay. Client doesn't seem to be ready, unfortunately. So let's have a little chat about Quinn. So Quinn, strengths of the champion from my perspective. Range top gives you really good control over the lane. You're looking to use your lane control to create tempo advantages and then move around the map and affect the map by using her ultimate. So the lane phase is very similar to Varus top, as we've seen a lot of that. But as for how we're going to actually leverage that, it's going to be very different. Varus top is looking to make himself as powerful as possible. Quinn top's looking to be in as many places as possible, on good tempo windows, making sure she's not dropping farm. And as such, we're going to be buying things that give us move speed. We've got our ultimate. A lot of Quinns are taking Relentless Hunter. The new boots, the Symbiotic Souls, they let you run around the map really quickly, and stuff like that is what we're going to be looking at. As for her weaknesses, she's very squishy. Her team fighting's not the best. She's susceptible to ganks. She wants to push as she's a range top. And she has some bad matchups. But at least until you get to, I would say, Master, Quinn is a champion where you should really be winning lane in all of your matchups. Oops, I'm opening my Dawn of War installer. Mod installer. Not exactly what I wanted to do. But yes. Just waiting for them to join the call now. And then we'll get started.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Can you...
Oh. Hello? I can't hear you anymore. I could at first.
Oh, one moment, please.
Okay.
Let me try.
Okay. It seems like I can hear you now.
Okay. Thank you so much for your patience.
It's okay.
Thank you. But yeah. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Okay, cool. So we're wanting to play some Quinn.
Yes. I've been wanting to learn how to play Toplane. I'm very, very, very new to League.
Okay.
I played very briefly back in like 2010, 2011. But the game is completely different now. And some of my friends play and I'd like to be able to play with them.
Okay.
And I must note, okay, yeah, I currently am on the other side of the planet. I'm in Hawaii right now, and most of the people I play with are based in Spain. So I'm on EU West, um, even though I'm on the other side of the planet. But that also means that my ping is atrocious.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Um, yeah, and I was gonna say, in your opinion, do you think it's a good idea to even like not play ranged just because it requires me to be fast, or
I personally,
maybe something more tanky?
I don't think the champion you play is going to make a huge difference. If you're struggling with your ping, like
Okay.
what kind of ping do you get?
I played a little like I was playing against bots earlier today, and I was getting like 220, 230.
Okay, that's like kind like it's playable. It's going to be bad. It's going to feel bad, but you can sort of manage.
Okay.
Especially for how long are you in Hawaii for?
I'm here um off and on for a few more months. So like for example, I'm gonna go back to Spain for the holidays,
Okay,
and then yeah, I'll be back here I'm coming back and forth.
okay.
But I mostly am based in Spain. Yeah.
But if you're not busy, we can try to schedule the remaining sessions for when you are in Spain, and then your ping will be better, and then you
That
can learn more.
that works. Or we can do it at least when I'm like I'll spend a couple weeks in the United States. And I know a lot of American players do play EU West. So maybe
Yeah.
that would be a lot better.
The other thing you can do,
Um,
I'm not sure what the ping, um, like you could maybe try and get an account on whatever the closest server to Hawaii is. I'm not
hmm,
sure which one is closest, whether it's one of the.
I think it's Japan. So
Yeah. I was,
I can play on Japan, but
um, yeah, I guess it would either be Japan or NA, or maybe one of the
mhm.
South American ones. It's weird, right? It's like right in the middle of
Yeah,
the ocean
geographically
between the
Hawaii
three
is
continents. So
yeah. I did a ping test on all three of them, and um sometimes I would say Japan and North America is more or less the same, and um, Latin America was feast or famine. Like it was either surprisingly good or
okay,
horrific, like 400.
okay.
So yeah, I guess it depends on the time of day and how busy the server is and um,
I think what we
stuff
should
like
do
that.
for this session then is, with the ping being as it is, focus on more conceptual stuff that we can like learn and have like set goals, understand what it is we want to improve at, and understand
Mhm.
the way we want to play the game, so that when
So
you
maybe a
have
practice tool.
we can do some practice tool stuff. We can play in games. I think the best thing to do would be to definitely get a game played, and then we can review it. Because reviewing
Okay.
while we're in the review, the ping won't matter, right? That's fine. So I think the first thing to do
Okay.
would be just share your screen. We'll play a game. See how you do with the ping. But as for like mechanical stuff, I think we'll cover more of that next time if we can play a session with better ping. For this one, we'll do conceptual stuff. So, sort of where you want to be on the map, how you want to play your waves, what your goal is, how you want to sort of progress the game to not
Mhm.
stagnate it. Like if you have a lead, how we push that lead. If you're behind, how we get back into the game, stuff like that.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Sounds fantastic. Um, Listen, I am going to, if we're going to play a game,
Yep.
would it be a good idea to do co-op versus AI? Just because um, I feel like maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just me being horrific at the game. Um, Quick play, in my experience, has been the Wild West. Um,
I
it's
would
been a
say
little crazy in there, but
go with quick play. Um,
okay,
See how it goes.
okay, absolutely. You can see, correct?
Yeah, I can see. And don't worry too much
Okay.
about how this game goes. The main reason I want to watch a game is it just gives me a really good understanding of where you're currently at, and then it helps me find the best things to teach you, because there's a lot of things to teach. And like
Hmm.
for me, the reason to get a coach over watching just guides and stuff is that like my job is to find the correct things that are like the best thing to teach you, that will give you the most sort of bang for your buck, and like identifying what the key areas to focus on for you are. So that's why I want to watch you play. On Quinn,
All right.
I would normally not take teleport, even though that's standard in top lane,
Okay.
just because you have your ult. So it kind of works like teleport for you. I think most
Mm.
people take ignite, but there are circumstances where you
Oh,
take
nor
others.
would you pick Ignite. All right.
Yeah, I would just go ignite
That
flash,
Ignite Flash makes sense. Okay.
and make sure you change your
And
role
then,
to top lane.
all right. Excellent. And then I'll do any runes that you recommend?
Um, have you played with any particular rune setup before?
No, I'm literally just learning now about
Okay, I
runes.
would take the left page, the combo damage and burst damage page. It's hard to go wrong with that page.
Mhm. All right, so that sounds good. And then for support, I mean my secondary, I'll take a Mumu jungle in case.
Okay, yeah. I mean, ideally we would get top lane. Um,
Yeah.
we'll see. The reason I think quick play would be better than versus AI is I don't know what the situation with people that play AI regarding the jungle role is. So I don't know whether you would even
Mm.
have a jungler in co-op versus AI. And I think for how early you are in learning the game, the main thing I would teach you, or like get you to understand, is that losing is fine.
Okay.
A lot of people will get frustrated when they lose, or frustrated at their teammates when they lose, but especially in non-ranked games, you don't lose anything by losing. Like it's just learning. So definitely don't be
Yeah,
afraid to lose.
I okay. I'm okay with losing. I've been doing it a lot. I've been doing it a lot. And also, yeah, like when I do enter ranked, I'll be what iron 4. Like, it's okay. I can't rank lower than iron 4, I suppose. So,
That's true. But ideally we'll be moving up ranks, not down ranks. That's the plan.
yes.
So all of these sessions are live streamed and recorded. So if you want to watch them back, the VODs will be on my channel. I can send you links to that, and that way, if you forget anything,
Oh,
it's all there. You can watch it again. So there's
okay.
everything for you to
Excellent.
see again. And the aim is that by the end of the 4 sessions, you'll have like between 8 and 10 hours of content, which should cover a lot of things, and give you like a, almost like a course, um, that you can gradually improve on. Because there's a lot of
Um,
stuff that goes into playing this game.
yeah, I've noticed. Like, I played back in the olden days, and it didn't seem nearly as complicated as it is now. Um, I am going to completely ignore chat.
Yeah, you can even turn it
Let's
off if you
see.
want. I would always go
Which
Doran's
items should I
Blade and
start with?
Potion. I would just go
All
Doran's Blade
right.
and Potion every game.
Oh, it's not letting me click. So,
Oh, it makes you buy the potions separately. That's interesting.
yeah.
I've not actually used
All
like
right.
this new shop stuff. Okay. First thing to do is we go top.
Mm-hmm.
I would always get in the right place before you worry about your spell. Do you know where the best place for you to stand is at level 1?
Um, I guess the bushes.
Do you know
I don't
which
know why
one?
my controls aren't working.
Oh, that's weird.
Um, yeah, I don't know why that's I'm not there.
Yeah, so the bush that you were in
No, I
right
don't know
there,
where to go.
the little it's called a tri bush, right? It's got like 3
Mm-hmm.
points to it. It's kind of like a triangle. If you stand in there, then you can just watch to see if anyone's trying to come into your jungle.
Okay.
You can spot an invade before it
I'm gonna-
happens, which is really nice.
So did I drop um, a ward here?
No, no, no. I would definitely not. I'll tell you when a good time to
Okay.
drop a ward is, but let's go to lane. And what I want to teach you for now is that it's good to be pushing. So we're just going to start hitting the wave.
So I shouldn't put a skill yet?
I would take
Or...
E. I generally take the one it tells you to. It's not gonna do you too badly.
Why am I don't know what's going on. But you see, like right now I've got 243.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's absolutely horrible, but um, I was talking to a friend that is based in South Africa, and they said they get similar ping and they're able to play, so I don't know. Whoa! I've
Okay.
never played against Talia, so...
The one thing you don't want to do is when those rocks are on the floor, you don't want to use your E through them, because it will stun you.
Okay. Stay away from me. Ah. I'm a little melodramatic, so if I make a little, like, weird noises, apologies in advance.
That's fine.
Should I attempt to fight him?
No, I would just, for now, I would just keep pushing. What I want to get you learning right now is, you see every time you auto-attack,
Yeah.
as soon as the like crossbow bolt has left your crossbow, issue a move command. Even if it, like, whether it's backwards, side to side, doesn't matter. Just
Yeah.
do an auto attack and then move somewhere, and just try to get into that rhythm.
There's always a trail.
Hey.
There you go.
Oh my goodness.
Heart, steady aim.
Gonna get back behind my guys.
So do you see your passive? It applies on
Yeah.
things every now and again. You can see when it's going to happen at the bottom. If you hit the target with it on, so if you hit Garen now, you'll get some bonus move speed and attack speed, and you'll do extra damage.
So should I hit him?
When he's got the passive on, yeah.
Sorry, I know I'm like an absolute baby.
No, that's fine. It's good for me to just watch and understand where we're at. That's the idea. Okay. Try throughout the whole game, just try to get as many last hits as possible as well in your lane. That's going to be one of the main things we're going to be focusing on right now.
About farming.
Yeah.
Yeah. Away from me.
Fly quickly, kill swiftly. Strike from the sky.
Woo,
It's
that was
interesting.
close. Ah! Sorry, my mouse keeps freezing. I am about to die. Ah. Teleport, teleport! Woo! Okay. Okay. Okay.
Sorry, I'm just making notes. So when I'm quiet, I'm just writing things down.
Okay. Should I buy anything? Boots, I suppose.
Yeah, those symbiotic
I'm
souls are really good on Quinn. So one of the things I'll explain why later, but we're going to be buying those every game on this champion.
okay.
So with your ult, watch how
That's right.
quickly you can get back to lane now. With symbiotic souls and your ult, it's very
I
quick. So
love
this
it.
is why you don't need teleport on Quinn. The biggest strength as a champion is how fast she can get around the map. So what we're going to be looking at later on, whether it's in this session or in future sessions, is how we can use that strength that she has to our advantage.
Should I attempt to fight or not
No,
really?
I would just wait for the wave under your tower, because you're 1 versus 2 right now. I'm not sure why there's 2 people in your lane and nobody in mid lane.
Yeah.
It's a strange one.
You get the next one, Val. Stay on the target.
An enemy has been slain.
Demacia needs
I haven't played Quinn in a few days, but the fact that I've only died once is promising.
Yeah, I think for now, trying to avoid dying is probably a good thing. But later on, I will actually get you to play in a way that will probably make you die a lot.
Be a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just because it will help you improve faster. But for now, the main thing I would like you to focus on is definitely every time you do an auto attack, try to see right there. You did an auto attack, and right as the crossbow bolt came out, you moved backwards.
Yeah.
There
Okay.
you go. Really good.
I.
So you could E him here, and that would help you escape.
I was gonna say I probably should have used my R,
Now, the good
right?
thing is, here, as Quinn, you can just recall. Because you've got your boots and your
Oh,
ult, you can get back to lane super fast.
Sometimes I swear that
So when stuff like this happens, you can just recall and come back to lane.
oh wow! I didn't even know that. I had no idea. All right. Let's see. Is there anything else I should buy? I've heard people say Kraken Slayer is good on her.
There's an item called Stridebreaker, which the best Quinn is building at the minute. So I would probably say to go that. If you build that Tiamat item, it builds out of that. There you go.
So,
I would build that, just because it's what the best
okay.
Quinn is building at the minute, and it plays into her playstyle really well. And yeah, you can just use the purchase components button, and it will just try to give you the best components you can, which is
we've got this covered.
weird because it kind of failed. Okay. Well, then no.
I didn't know her recall was that fast. That's good to know. You can see I know nothing
You have
about this.
your recall takes half as long because of those boots
Oh wow,
that
that's
you
great.
bought, and then because you can fly back to lane so fast. The good thing is you get to base and not miss too much.
Okay, missed. Thank you. I don't know why my left click isn't working. Okay. I think I might need to buy like a proper mouse as well, because this MacBook mouse is not.
Yeah, that would definitely help.
An enemy has been slain.
Cute.
We're in this together.
Ah! Thank you, Talon. Does
Just like hunting fresher geese.
So yeah, I'll give you for this
and then
game.
I should probably.
Yeah, I would recall and
Yes?
come back really quickly. So one thing I want you to do is try and make your recalls as fast as possible. So here you can open the shop and just click buy components and just fly straight back to lane.
And
Yeah, there you go.
All the glory again.
Just zoom back to lane as quick as possible. It's one of this champion's strengths. And now we don't lose too much off of that recall. The things for you to focus on this game, I would say try to avoid dying. Try to practice your moving between your attacks. So every time you attack, move somewhere. It doesn't really matter where you move to. Just try to get into the rhythm of attack, move, attack, move, attack, move. And then finally, try and get as many of the last hits as you can.
so her Q is her. I mean, her W is her crowd control move, I suppose.
Her W doesn't crowd control anyone. It gives vision. So if they're in a bush, you'll spot them.
Okay.
The main reason you put the points in the W is that it empowers your passive, which is the thing where you get move speed and attack speed when you shoot the target that has the icon around them. So the more points you put in that, the more move speed and attack speed it gives you. So that's another reason you want to be moving every time you attack, because you'll move faster after. You see, like there, you're moving really quickly because you hit your passive mark.
Turret plating will soon fall.
Yeah, I've been wanting to play top because my friends need someone who's willing to be top, and it's kind of like the role that scares me the most.
Okay. It is a scary role.
Yeah, because you're kind of on your own.
Yeah.
And also, I feel like everyone. I'm about to die. Oh my gosh. See, let's go. Get me out of here. Alright. Oh, 14 minutes and I've only died once. Very nice. Alright, get out of here.
Yeah, try to get as many of those last hits as you can.
Yeah, get the money, 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 money. Hey! Okay. I'm about to lose this turret. Very happy I don't have a chat on right now. Oh my goodness, I'm about to die. Oh well. Let's see if I can get anything. Alright, let's go back.
Is counting on us.
Thank you, Talon. Ah! Get out of here! Okay.
He's gone straight past the tower. He's actually in the tower. Interesting.
W. Mask. Thank you, Talon. Alright. So, from what I understand, like, quick play pretty much matches you with people that they feel are your level. So, like, the more I lose, the more.
Yeah, it tries to. There is matchmaking involved in quick play. Quick play just quickly drops you into a normal game, which has normal game MMR. MMR being matchmaking rating, and it will try to match you with
Yeah.
people of your level. The more games you play, the more accurately it will match you.
Yeah. Because I remember when like, a few weeks ago, I was absolutely getting wrecked. Let me rock.
But what you'll
Here.
notice is that if you lose a lot of games, it will drop your matchmaking rating lower.
You've got this covered.
And then once you improve and you start to win, the games will feel very easy. And then eventually it will bring your matchmaking rating back up, and then it will start to feel hard again. And that's how you can tell you're improving,
Okay.
because it'll keep putting you against harder and harder opponents.
There's something really clunky about when I try to use my Q. It's not launching.
Okay.
I don't know if it's my computer or
What I
if
would
it's
suggest for that
me
is
or
if you... This is something I was going to suggest to you anyway. If you go into your settings
yeah.
and you go on controls, and I think it's in... I'd have to look at the menu to see exactly where it is. But there's a setting I was going to get you to turn on anyway, which just makes playing the game easier.
I live behind any light.
So when you get a sec, maybe next time you die or something, we'll have a look in the menu.
Yeah. Absolutely. I should probably move back. Let my two little minions take care of that.
Yep. I wouldn't worry too much about what's going on inside the game right now.
Come on, Val.
Try to focus on...
Okay.
So here, you're not moving between your autos, so try to really focus on that, and then getting the last hits. Those two are like your main focuses for now.
Ah, get away!
A bird's eye view is the best advantage.
He's gonna kill me. Or maybe not. Oh, I survived.
Stay on the target.
Sorry, I know I look like an old lady or something playing this game.
No, that's
Just
fine.
like
Okay, have a look
Alright.
in. Have a look in your settings now.
yeah,
Um,
hotkeys.
hotkeys, yeah. And then, is it abilities and under all your abilities and items at the top?
Yeah.
They're all like scroll all the way to the top. Sorry,
Oh, all the way to top.
all the way to the top in this menu. Under each thing, there's like a little, almost like an arrow, and if you click it, it will glow.
Yeah.
So your Q isn't turned on right now. Whereas if you turn that
Oh.
on, if you
Unbind?
click the little arrow, no, cancel that. Just click the little arrow below the Q.
Okay.
So like you've turned W off now. So you want to turn W back on?
Now it's on.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so now if you try and Q, if you press OK and then go and Q, it should just fire it. So that's quick cast.
Okay.
Give your Q a try now.
To the plan, Val.
Nice.
There you
I like
go.
that. Okay, thank you. That's.
So I'm not sure why that had been turned off.
I don't know
maybe
either
you
because I feel
misclicked it
like
at
that
some
was.
point.
Yeah, I feel like I might have done that on accident because that wasn't the typical. That wasn't what was going on before. Okay. Get out of here, Graham. Indeed. I'm so glad I have chat off. All right.
Just like something fresher piece.
So quick play doesn't affect my ranking, right? Like this is just for
No,
fun.
so
Just
there's two separate matchmaking ratings. One is for normal games and one is for ranked games. So this one will affect the
Okay.
matchmaking rating of your normal games, but not your ranked games. I would probably avoid ranked until I'm not sure when. I'll try to come up with like a definitive time when I would start playing ranked.
Stealing all the glory again.
yeah. I'm not in a hurry or anything. I'm just Thank you, Jinx.
There's always a fail.
Oh man. All right.
Okay, towers are bad. We don't want to be in their tower. That's not ideal.
Yeah. I was gonna be like that was silly. Let's see.
Double kill.
Anything I should go for? Dominic's Regards, Collector, Kraken Slayer. Attack damage.
Let me check actually what the current
An enemy has been slain.
Quinn build is. It's not gonna make a huge difference at this stage what we buy. Like that's very like min-maxy. But I will find out for you.
Okay, I'll just get Dominic's Regards for now. No, that's like the least attack damage. I want.
It looks like
something
it's
that's a bit more.
collector. It's collector second.
Okay. Undo. Hi.
Stay alert. Flush 'em out.
An enemy is unstoppable. Your turret has been destroyed.
Okay.
Didn't buy
It's
anything now.
been really helpful for me to watch so that I know. Like
Yeah.
I've got like a long list of things that I think are the key areas to look at.
Yeah. Okay.
So we can, after this game finishes, we can move into like a little review, and we can cover some. I've got like drills for you to practice in Practice Tool that will really help you, and then a lot of like conceptual stuff.
Oh my god, this game is gonna ruin my life. Okay. Yeah, I'm just open to like everything that you have to say. I fully recognize that I'm like super new. I'm not good. And yeah,
It's not a problem.
open to any suggestions.
Yep. Try to give you as much like direction as possible so that you know what you're looking to improve on, and it's very easy for you to just practice those things.
A ver. Venga. Bam.
Strike
All right.
from the sky.
An enemy has been slain.
Well, snacks. You get the next one, Val.
Oh.
An enemy is dominating.
What can I get? Alright. Let's see.
He needs heroes.
Like my basic idea was before I get into like bad habits, I
Stay
guess.
on the target.
Yeah, create like a
I'd
good
rather,
foundation, start doing the right thing.
yeah, because like I know this one dude who's been in Iron for like 2 years. Oh my goodness, get me out of here. A ver. Oh well. Yeah, he's been in Iron for like a couple of years, and I don't know if that's normal, but people have told me that is not normal.
I wouldn't
Um,
expect that to happen if you. It depends how much you play the game, and whether you're like
hmm.
conscious about trying to improve, or whether you're just playing on like autopilot.
I don't know why it's saying I can't buy anything.
You can't afford Collector, but your Stride Breaker isn't actually finished. So if you go back to Stride Breaker,
Oh,
you can finish that, and then that will open up some more item slots for you. Because your inventory's a bit clogged up with all those components.
hmm. Right.
And then you can go back to Collector.
What was it that I was getting for?
It was
Collector.
Collector,
Yes.
yeah. I've written the build down for you. I'll send it to you. I'll send all the notes in DM to you later.
Thank you.
So you'll have the.
Yeah.
I would just build the same thing and take the same runes every game. I will also make a little note
Yeah.
of what the rune page is, and I would just build the rune page and just keep it, and just use that rune page every game. And
I
then
should have
later on, we could talk about like
gotten.
when we might want to change runes.
Oh
For
my
the most part, they're gonna stay.
goodness. Oh my god, this guy's having so much fun with me. Alright. Yeah, I'll go get a mouse today. Thank you, Tony.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Well, sorry guys.
Enemy is legendary.
You know what? I feel kind of bad about ruining this for everyone, but at the same time,
This is
I
what I
don't
was
see
talking about
anyone else
earlier,
making
though.
a whole lot of progress. Huh?
This is what I meant earlier. Nobody loses anything by losing this game. There's no rank on the line or anything.
Oh, okay.
So just be okay with losing games. It's fine.
Okay. Yeah, I'm okay with losing. I'm just a little bit like, what if somebody's like having, like, taking this a little bit more seriously than I am? But
Then they're in the wrong mode.
no
They
one's
should be
taking
in
out
like...
any. Yeah. No one seems to be taking out any towers anyway, so.
Yeah.
And I don't see a whole lot of deaths on our end either. So, like, a lot of kills on our end.
Destroyed a turret. Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
Right, let's go.
Best advantage.
I would say rather than aiming to win each game, just aim to make your performance each game better than the last. Like, just compare yourself to you the game before, rather than comparing yourself to the
Okay.
enemy. It looks like you might win, actually. Your team is in their base destroying
Really?
their Nexus right now.
Oh, shoot. I didn't see that.
Stick to the plan, Val.
Didn't quite win, but the Nexus is open. There's no towers in bot. Add something to my notes.
Okay.
Where's this? There you go.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Should I go back, make a purchase, or it's pretty late in the game already?
No, I would go back when you're, for now, just when you're low health or when you die, you can shop.
Okay.
I would just stay on the map and just try to get a feel for moving between these autos as much as possible. And just try to keep pushing waves. We want to keep pushing as many minion waves as possible. I'll explain later why that's good. When I'm doing a lot of conceptual stuff.
Thank you.
Destroyed a turret.
Val's stealing all the glory again.
An ally has been slain.
Remember, if he tries to chase you, you can E him, and that will make it very hard for him to chase you. It's a very good spell.
E?
Yep, if you just E his head,
Okay. Oh, sweet.
you bounce him away, and you create some distance.
Yeah, he's gonna get me. Oh well, but that's good to know. Thank you.
An ally has been slain.
All right. Come on, guys. Don't have to buy anything, just protect my land.
What do you see up there? Find me a path.
Okay.
Your inhibitor is
Okay. After this game, I don't know whether you like to make notes or whether you'd like me to keep my notes on the screen so it's on the recording for you if you want to watch it back. But I've got.
Yeah,
like,
you can put the.
Okay, I'll be going through things one by one because I've got a lot of things to talk through. And then
Yeah, of course.
yeah, if you do want to watch back, then it will be there. Well, I'll be sending you this list anyway afterwards.
Excellent. All right. We may lose. Alright.
Calibrating. I miss.
Your inhibitor has been destroyed.
Demacia is counting on us.
Alright, so they got everyone out of there, and oh no, they didn't. Get back.
Sometimes I see showing off.
Should I just stay back here and defend, or should I go down with everybody and keep pushing?
We've got this covered.
I would, whichever minion wave is closest to you, for now, I would just go there
Okay.
and just keep pushing waves.
Okay.
The game is so much easier to win, and I'll be explaining this probably in later sessions, but when a wave is pushed and the minions are all the way towards their base instead of towards yours, we call that priority. And if you have priority in your lanes, the game is so much easier for everybody else to play. And we'll kind of be talking about why that's so good today, a little bit. But mostly we'll be looking at that in later sessions. For now, I just want you to know that pushing waves is very good, and we're going to be pushing waves a lot, especially on Quinn. Quinn loves pushing waves. It gives her so many options as for what she can do. We're not going to do too much this game with it,
Yeah.
but in the future, we definitely will.
And I probably shouldn't use my skills on minions.
I would. How I do it is, if I'm going to miss.
Rest in peace, me.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. If I'm going to miss a minion, like if I'm not going to get the last hit, and I don't have time to auto attack it, then I might use my spell on it. But for the most part, you want to last hit it with just your auto attacks.
Okay.
Your turret has been destroyed. Shut down.
I live behind enemy lines.
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor. Killing spree. An enemy is unstoppable. An ally has been slain.
Stick to the plan, Val.
Whoa, where's my guys? Come on, guys. Minion.
Look, Val. Next.
I'm not checking the map just because of tutorial reasons, and also I guess top lane isn't so concerned about what's going on in the map. Oh, get it.
It
That's it,
is,
thank you.
but that's what we're going to be covering, right? We're gonna explain how.
Okay.
It's a weird one because it's the furthest away from everything going on. Like it's like a little island,
Rampage.
but because of
Yeah.
that, if you can impact the game from your island, then you'll be doing a lot more than the enemy top laner.
Your inhibitor is
Like
Oh, wait,
it's
don't let
hard.
this kill me. Don't let this kill me.
inhibitor has been destroyed.
It is hard to impact the game, but if you find a way to do it, then you're doing
Wait,
your
how
job
did that
really
happen?
well. The auto attack was in the air and it followed you.
Oh! I was like, where did that come from? Alright. Probably not even worth buying anything right now. Alright.
Okay, let me share my screen with you now.
Alright, let me close this out.
Okay.
Let me stop streaming. Let me see what you got.
Okay, I'll move something around. I'm going to put this at the top. Just because it's easier for me to talk about this first, since I'm going to be using it to talk about the second thing. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, lovely. So, first thing, we're going to make practice tool your home, and we're going to get used to the different buttons available to you. So if you just come here and you go on the main menu, or when you press play, you go on training, practice tool, and you can load in, and we'll just choose Quinn. I'll quickly make everything the same. It's not really necessary, but just so that we've got stuff the way that it will be for you. I'll not use the skin because it makes it more clear, I think, having the default animations and stuff rather than like funky ones that look different. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is just get you acquainted with all the tools you have in your toolbox. So everything Quinn can do and like how her champion functions, I wanna just talk you through. So like I said, get used to the practice tool. There's a load of buttons here and they all do different things. They're all pretty self-explanatory and you can play around with them. So I would definitely do that. I'm going to use this button here to level up a few times and get myself to level 6, just so that I've got all my spells. And then I'll create a target dummy, and I'll turn off the towers and the minions. So it's just me and this target dummy right now, and I can just hit him, you know, and just play around. So we do this, these are our items. Okay, so...
You're so much faster, yeah.
First thing.
It's so funny watching how fast she's supposed to go.
Quinn's passive, every 8 seconds, she'll mark an enemy. Like that, and if you auto attack them, you'll get move speed and also attack speed. And it does bonus damage as well. So that's your passive. So her entire champion revolves around this passive. So there's a few ways you can get this passive on people, right? One is you just wait and you hope it goes on them, like this, and then you can proc it. The other one is if you hit them with your Q or your E, it will guaranteed put your passive on. So you can do like this. You see I did my passive multiple times and then I get another one off of the cooldown?
Yeah.
Getting as many passives as
back.
possible is how you deal most damage. So her passive is kind of the core of her kit. Her Q, it's a skill shot. You can miss it like that. Ideally we don't miss it. If it hits, it will put your passive on and they can't see anything out of this circle. So it's actually a really nice piece of utility is that you blind them and, you know, if you're stood here, they still can't see you. You can hit them and they can't see you with with this spell. W, it just
Excuse
doesn't...
me, one moment.
No, that's okay.
Sorry, could you give me 1 moment, please? I'll be back in 1 second.
Yeah, no,
sorry.
that's fine. Don't worry about it.
I got my dog just did something. 1 moment, please. Sorry.
No, it's fine. You can sort that out. Let's keep up with chat. Quick Sante, but no point. Also, the Gragas AP tank and a symbol when I grow it. It's not about building AP, it's about dealing magical damage or dealing physical damage. So no matter what you buy on Cassante, you are a physical damage champion. No matter what you buy on Gragas, you are a magic damage champion. Even like every tank deals damage. For example, Ornn, he builds no AP, but he's a magic damage tank. He deals a lot of magic damage. Me. Oops.
I live behind enemy lines.
My internet is struggling. Is Steam downloading maybe? I don't think so. Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Are you back?
Hi. Yeah, sorry, my dog had just gotten into the bin, so
Oh, wow. That's not ideal.
I had to stop that right there. All right, thank you.
Okay, so yeah, we went over the Q, right? It applies the passive.
Yes.
And it blinds them so they can't see outside this circle. So that can be really nice. W, if I go up here and I've put a target dummy in this bush, but obviously you can't see him because he's in the bush, right? As Quinn, you can just press W and now I can see him and I can fight him while he's in this bush. So it's
that's
really
fantastic.
nice. The active of it just does that. What the actual ability by putting points in it, what it does is it increases how much attack speed and movement speed you get by popping your passive mods. So based on how many points you have in your W, that's why we max it. It gives you more attack speed and more move speed. So here, I will go really fast and I can attack really fast. Okay, the E, you just click it on someone's head, it can't miss. It's guaranteed hit. It knocks them back slightly and it sets you to a fixed distance from them. So what I mean by a fixed distance is if I cast it from here, I don't really move. I was here at the start and I'm still here. But if I cast it in close range, it puts me all the way back here. So it's really good for getting away from people. If someone gets on top of you and you don't want them there, you point. That's what your E is for. And then your ult, when you cast it, it will cast automatically if you recall. But you channel, you get put on Valor. Valor's your little bird, and you can fly around. Now, what we're always going to do from Valor, a lot of the time you might want to use a spell, but it's actually better if you auto-attack them from Valor, because when this ends, this will happen. These arrows sort of rain down, and they will, if we watch here, they apply your passive mark, right? And that's extra damage. What we can do is if we auto-attack them, it will end, and then the auto will hit, and it will apply, like that. So we want to be doing that in that order. You want to auto-attack from your passive, but that's basically all your spells.
And her R essentially has no cooldown.
It has no cooldown at all, yeah. You can use it as much as you want. It's just you can't really use it in combat, because if somebody hits you while you're doing the this bar here, actually I can show you with the tower. If I turn the tower on, then if I try to do this and the tower hits me... Oh, actually towers don't stop it. Okay, but if a champion hits you, it will stop it.
Okay.
Okay. So that's everything that Quinn does. Okay, so while I'm in the practice tool, I'm going to go over some drills that are really good for you to practice. Because this is going to help you get better control of your character. It's going to be a lot easier the lower your ping is. Mine's struggling a little bit right now, I think, because I'm streaming on YouTube and I'm also streaming on Discord. So it's not liking it. But the first one is what I was saying in game. Instead of just auto-attacking like this, what we want to do is every time we auto-attack, we're going to try and move. It doesn't really matter where you go. And just get a feel for like how early you can do it. So if I try it like that, you see it cancelled. I did it too fast, but that's fine. Like that's too fast.
Right.
That one's fine.
That'll be a lot easier. I'll buy a physical mouse because that would be a pain on a trackpad.
Yes. The trackpad is going to make your life very, very difficult. So once you've got your mouse, definitely be practicing this stuff. The other thing is that your W gives you a lot of attack speed, right? Or your passive mark. So what you'll notice is that while you're doing that, there's a different rhythm for, like, right now.
Stay on the target.
It's kind of like this. But as soon as this passive comes up, it's a lot faster. You can do it a lot faster, right? And you get used to the different rhythms.
Demacian needs
So, like,
guidance.
let's say this guy's trying to kill me, right? And I do this.
Right.
He can be hitting me too. But what you can actually do is, you see how much distance I can cover? By just moving between them. So just, the first thing is going to be getting really used to doing this. You're just going to make a target dummy and run around doing this. So that's number one. All these are written down. You can see them in my notes. So that's this one. Moving between auto drill and feel the W. Feel the different rhythm. So I'll put the different rhythm. How do you spell that word? Like that?
Yeah, I understand. I think it's RHYTHM, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think you're right. There you go. Right, last hitting drill. So for this, what we're going to do is we're going to turn the minions on. There's 3 stages to this this drill, right?
Sometimes
So that one,
bird is
what we were doing down here, we were auto attacking and then moving on like a stationary target. What we're going to do next, we turn the minions on, and when they get to lane, we're just going to practice killing them at the last second. So that you get the gold. Because you don't get the gold for the minions unless you get the last hit on them. And then once we've done that, we're going to combine the two. I'll show you. Okay, so for this wave, I'll just do the last hitting, and then for the next wave, I'll combine them. So what I'm going to do is when this minion gets low,
We've got this.
I'm just going to hit it and get that gold. And you just practice this. It's just a timing thing. And you just try and get all of them. And if you can get all 6, you're doing pretty well.
In this together.
Now on this wave, I'm going to combine the two. Okay, so I'm going to be trying to last hit. And every time I do last hit, I'm going to move. So like this. I'm going to start moving after my auto attack. So I'm going to be moving while last hitting, like this. You see how it's like a combination of the last 2 things that I was doing?
Stealing all the glory again.
Yeah.
And this combines those 2 things together. Oh, cancelled that auto attack. See, I missed one. I'm going to blame the ping. But yeah, so that's 2 things combined. So that's the last hitting drill and the moving while autoing drill. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to let this wave come back.
Advantage.
And we're going to combine it. We're going to take it a step further into like an extra combination. I'm going to put an enemy here. Okay. And what we're going to do, this is like the 3rd level of this drill. Oh, the tower's not on, that's fine. The wave's never going to come back to me unless I turn the tower on. So what I'm going to be doing for level 3, so level 1, we're just going to be, oh, that's a lot of minions. We're just going to be attacking this guy and moving. So, yeah, like that. Level 2, we're going to be last hitting, but we're not going to be moving.
Live behind enemy lines.
Level 3, we're going to be last hitting and moving. And then level 4, we're going to be trying to do all of it. So once you get to level 4, you've gotten pretty good at controlling your character, and you can build it up like this. So now what I'm going to be trying to do is I'm going to try to last hit and move, and then between the last hits, I'm going to try to keep moving and attacking the dummy. So I have to move and attack the dummy while watching the minions. So now I'm going to have to last hit this one, so I'll do that, and then this one. And then I've got nothing to last hit, so I'll move and attack the dummy. And then this one. And then this one.
Flush him out.
So yeah, that's level 4. So you've got those 4 levels of drills there. I'm actually going to get rid of this one because I don't think it's worth teaching you at the minute. That can come later. So we'll... Levels of practice rule drills. Level 1. Moving and auto attacking dummy. Level 2. Last hitting while standing still. Level 3. Last hitting while moving. And then level 4. Last hitting while moving and hitting dummy between. So those are the 4 levels of drills. Okay, so I feel like a lot of this stuff might be quite boring currently because it's just about how to improve your control of your character.
Oh, boring. I think one of the biggest things I need to work on is get comfortable with some system of moving and navigating, because I don't want to just be mashing buttons.
Yeah.
Justice takes
Yeah.
wing.
Okay. The next thing here, I'm going to be talking to you about the camera. So, I'm not sure whether you noticed when I was playing, but I don't play with the camera locked. I think
No.
I think it's better to play with the camera unlocked, but I know people that are really good at the game that play with the camera locked, so it's purely a personal preference. So when I move around, let me buy some boots so that I can move around quicker. I like moving around quicker. When I move around, what I do is I pan my camera to the edge of the screen and I manually choose where my camera goes like this. But this can be quite daunting for newer players because it's a lot of like mouse movement going on at once. So a lot of people prefer to play with the camera locked like this, and the camera will just follow you. So I noticed that's how you were playing, and if that's how you want to play, that's not a problem. It's personal preference, and you can lock it and unlock it with the Y key, and you can play around with both. You might find that locked camera is just easier. A lot of people do. I came from a background where I played a lot of games where the only way to move the camera was to move the mouse to the edge like this. I played a game called Dawn of War for a long time, which this is the only way you could move the camera around, so I was very used to doing this, so I just never played locked camera. But a lot of people like this. If you do play like this...
Always a trail.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, I can talk for days. Is there something you wanted to say?
No. I was gonna say I can see it being useful because you can have an idea of what's coming to you.
Yes. So what I was gonna say is if you do play like this, which is fine, something you should get used to is being able to look at different places.
Buy me some
So
time.
here we've got our minimap, and we're going to be in top lane a lot of the time. But let's say we want to know what's going on in bot lane, right? With the camera locked, you can just click and hold on the map and move it around. And you can have a look all around, and as soon as you let go, it will snap back to yourself. So just, if you're going to play with locked camera, which I would probably recommend this early, just get used to like, I want to have a look at the enemy mid lane turret, and then I can snap back to myself. And you can practice doing that between, so like here, I'm going to last hit these melee minions, and then I know that these aren't going to be ready to die for a while, right? So I can look down here, have a look what's going on, snap back to myself, and I can get this one. So you can just practice moving your camera. It's the main thing that I see people struggle with when playing locked camera is they have no idea what's going on around the map because their camera is locked to themselves. But as long as you're clicking your minimap and using that to move around, then it's not going to be a problem. So that's another thing you can try and get used to. And I think that's it for like controls and stuff. I would try to practice that. Like before you go into a game, just go into the practice tool and practice these things. So you've got your four levels of drills, and just see which level you can comfortably do. Once you can go straight into the tool and start doing level 4, and you just go with it, and it just feels smooth. You're gonna find all your games feel so much easier to play, because you'll just be like automatically controlling your character to a higher level. And every situation, like, let's say you need to like run away from someone, right? You can run away while auto-attacking them instead of just running away in a straight line and not doing anything, or, you know, all of these things. Right, so that's this one. Explain locked camera and get used to moving the camera while clicking on the map. Okay, now we're going to get into some more conceptual things. Maybe if I just show this. I'm trying to think what the best thing for me to look at is to show you. Okay, yeah. So, can you see this video? On my screen?
Yeah,
okay.
I can see it.
So this is Kerberos, and I think this is one of the best Quinn players out there. If you do want to watch his videos, I would recommend them if he's ever playing Quinn. The concept that I've said this to you a lot while you were in your game, is that pushing is good, Now, the danger to pushing, which you probably felt a lot in those games, is that someone can come behind you because you're like a long way away from your tower. What I can actually do is I can get a pen and I can start drawing on this. Second. There we go. I'll pop that here. But yeah, if he's going to be pushing up here, then the distance from his tower to him is a long way. So it's kind of less safe to push. Because, especially once you start considering junglers, they can come in and gank you, right? So what we do is we try to push. You can see in this game, he is trying to push. And you can see on his minimap what he's done is he's actually warded here. So he's pushing and he's warding to keep himself safe. So he's not warding now because he's not really pushed yet. But by this point, there's just a cut in his video. That's not, I didn't jump forward. But by this point, he is all the way pushed up, right? He's all the way up here in the lane, which is like...
Yes.
So by this point, he's gone and dropped himself a little ward, and that's going to help keep him safe. So when you're pushing up, we do want to be doing this. I think it's very beneficial to be doing this. There's this little ward here that he's dropped. Also, I'm not sure. Sorry, this is just a little sidetrack. But Ryan, if you're still watching my stream, Kerberos is actually playing against Refresh in this video. This Refresh guy, he's a guy that played in the... There's a UK league that we play in, like the Division 1 of the UK teams, and he's a UK Division 1 player, so it's cool to see him. It's like a little cameo. Anyway, back to the session. So yeah, pushing is good, and we're going to use wards to help us push safely.
Okay.
Right. When you were in game, you remember we got those boots, and the boots you recalled really fast. With your boots. What we want to do is, I think I told you in the game, we want to keep our bases as short as possible. This video is not really going to show it anymore. So maybe I'll show it in practice tool.
Justice takes wing.
And feel free to stop me at any point. If you want me to talk more about something or you don't understand something, then just let me know and I'll go over it again.
Excellent. Thank you.
Are you happy with the
I think
things?
I'm getting everything so far.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Right, let me get some gold and I'll pretend that I was playing the game, right? I'm gonna recall. And here's what I'm gonna do. While I'm recalling, I'm gonna open the shop and I'm gonna find what I want to buy, which is these boots. And I'm gonna leave. Straight away. We want to make our bases as quick as possible. The faster you leave base, the less you lose, which is going to lead right into the next thing that I want to talk about. So yeah, you want to minimize your time in base. I would say that like I played a lot of Diablo in my years.
Yeah.
And in Diablo we have a saying called "Town is lava," which basically means that every second you're spending in the town sorting out your bags and everything, you're not spending in the game grinding. So I would say that base is lava. You don't really want to be in the base. You want to be in the lane playing the game, but sometimes you have to go here. And it's just like you want to try to minimize how long you're there. So you're recalling, and I'm like, okay, I'm looking for Stride Breaker. I click it, I purchase item, and I'm leaving. I'm gone. I'm trying to be as efficient as possible with that.
And I can buy while I'm dead, for example. So
you can also buy while you're dead.
There's no reason. Yeah, so I don't have to spend any real time in there.
Yeah, exactly. And the faster you do this, the less you lose, which leads directly into experience. So in the game, there is gold, which you get by last hitting minions, and there's experience, which you get by just being close to minions that die. So you don't have to last hit them to get experience. Experience is the most valuable resource in the game. If you just play the game to have more experience than your enemy, you're going to be doing well. So you see, every time one of these minions dies, my little XP bar goes up.
Val stealing all the glory again.
And now I'm nearly level 2. So yeah, the concept is that experience is extremely important. Gold is great. Gold gets you items. But every level is worth hundreds of gold. So leveling up is really important and we want to play for experience. Now, this is going to lead into me talking about when to recall and when not to. So here you see I pushed this wave into the enemy's turret.
Demacia is counting on us.
If I recall with the wave pushed into their turret, this wave's going to come back to me. It's called a bounce. This is the best time to recall. So what you'll see is that I'm on my way back to lane, right? And let's count how many minions of experience I lose by recalling there. So it's 1 here.
Stay alert.
Am I going to make it without losing 2? Let's see. Can I get in range? I actually got experience on this one. So I lost 1 minion of experience there for recalling. However,
You got this covered.
let's say I recall again, right? So that was when I recalled on the tower. Now I'm going to do it again. I'm just going to come straight back and count how many minions I lose. So there's 1, 2. Oh wait, no, it's enemy ones I'm looking at, right? 1, 2,
A bird's eye
Sorry, I'm
view is
silly.
the best advantage.
3. I've already lost 3 times as many as I lost last time.
Okay.
I'm going to lose this one too. Yeah, 4.
4. About to
Nearly
be
lost this one
5.
too. Looks like it's going to be 4.
No easy prey.
So that's a pretty bad recall. I lost 4 minions of XP, which I didn't want to lose. In a second, I'm going to show you the worst recall, which we had to do a couple of times in your game, and you want to avoid being put in this situation. So you remember you were like down here under your tower. Well, you're actually up here because you were red side, and they took a lot of your health, and you had to leave, and you had to go to base. That's a really bad recall because yeah, the tower is going to start killing minions. So I'm going to wait for this minion wave to be going into the tower, and then I'm going to recall, and we're going to see how many I lose that time. And it's not going to be pretty. It will probably go into the tower now. So I'll recall, I'll start going in, and I'll count. Okay. We miss 1. Is this one gonna die? These 2? 2, 3, 4,
Oh, 3.
5,
Path.
6, 7.
Yeah.
Okay, I managed to get back only missing 7. But 7 is not good. 7. There's 6 minions per wave, so I lost over a wave. So yeah,
Well, snacks.
the main concept is that a good recall, let's say you've got money that you want to spend or you're low health, if you can
Yeah.
push this wave into their turret, this is like another reason that pushing is good, right? Then now if I recall, this is a really good recall. I pushed fast, I go to base, I come back, and I'm going to lose very little because like there's no minions here for me to lose yet. They're not even here yet. So this is a good recall. So there's good recalls, there's bad recalls, and there's okay recalls. For now, I would just try to focus on when you want to recall, if you can. Obviously, you don't want to die to do it, because then you're dead, and you're going to miss even more XP by being dead, because there's like a respawn timer. But if you can push the wave in, push the wave in. Because again, like here, I pushed it into the tower, I lost 1 minion so far. And yeah, again, it's 1 minion. So losing 1 minion to fully refill your health. Now the other thing is, as Quinn, we get our ultimate at level 6. Once you get that, I would imagine I'm not going to lose any minions now. Because what I can do is I can push this in, I can go to base, and then I'll get my ultimate, where I gain 70% move speed, and I'm going to zoom back to lane, and I'll probably be there before any minions even have chance to die, because that's how fast I am with the Quinn ult. It's great. But Quinn's just really good at taking these bases. Yeah, I'm back already. I'm here before the next wave even got there.
Sometimes
So I
feel
missed
that bird is just
absolutely
showing off.
nothing for recalling. So Quinn can get some really efficient recalls, and you can get more experience than your enemy and just generate a lead by doing that. Okay,
That looked really good.
so that's basing and efficiency. Okay, let me swap these around. These make sense the other way. And then here, oh, yeah, this one should probably go here. Okay. So. The next concept I'm going to teach you is that this game is turn-based. So you kind of saw it there. It's not literally turn-based, but it is figuratively turn-based, and it works very well as a turn-based game if you start thinking of it that way. So did you see how like I was pushing the minion wave in, and then I was recalling, and then I was coming back for the next minion wave? That's kind of like a turn, right? In like a card game or something. So I pushed that wave in. Let me just get back to where I was. I shouldn't have left the pool, really. Ideally.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. Minions have spawned.
Buy my boots.
30 seconds until minions
I'll buy my
spawn.
item as well. It's just nice to have. So yeah, I pushed the wave in, and then I had time to recall. I could recall and I didn't lose anything. A little quiz for you. Considering we are able to recall, like once we push this wave, right? I would now say it's your turn to do whatever you want until the next minion wave comes. So what could we do here? Can you think of some things that might be good to do as Quinn? This is where we're going to start getting into how to impact the game.
Maybe we could figure out where our jungler is and help them, or we could maybe take a peek over on mid lane if they're not doing too hot.
Perfect. So I can push this wave, right?
Right.
Just like when I was recalling, but I don't need to recall. I'm full health, I've got lots of mana, I've already got items. So I'm going to look mid, and there's an enemy champion here, so I'm just going to fly into mid lane. And all this time, I'm not losing anything because I've already pushed the wave, so it's really efficient to play like this. I'm going to fly in, and I'm just going to do my combo, and gank their mid laner, and get a huge, maybe we kill their mid laner, maybe it just gives our mid an advantage. And then I'm going to come back to top, and it's probably like when we recalled, we missed 1 minion of experience, right? I just went and ganked their mid laner, let's see how much I lose for it. So I lost 1 minion here, 2... So I lost 2 minions, but I got a really good gank on the enemy mid.
Yeah.
Whereas...
So you're not necessarily losing on experience.
Exactly. And that's what we want to do. We want to maximize experience while impacting the game. The whole game plan is going to be about experience. So this time I've got really low mana. So I've pushed the wave in. So I've got a turn where I can do something again. I'm just going to base. I'm going to go and get my mana. And then here... I can refill my mana, and then I can go back to my lane, I can push the next one, and then maybe I can gank mid again, or you can invade the enemy in their jungle, or these little void grubs spawn, right? If you've seen those. You can go and do those with your jungler. So it's going to be like, push a wave, do something. Push a wave, do something. And that's going to be like your game plan. And then here with the Quinnle, I recalled, I missed 0 minions. It's just extremely efficient. Push the wave. I can go and try and gank mid again or something. You just keep doing this. So that's why it's turn-based, and that explains roam timers. So this is roaming, right? You push the wave and you roam. You move around the map.
Yeah.
And you do things. Now I'm in mid lane. I can do whatever's going on in mid lane, and then I can fly back to the top. And my wave's here ready for me, and I'm not losing too much. So let's talk about our goals for the lane phase, and then our goals for after the lane. So this is pretty much going to be our goal in the lane phase. There's 2 things we're looking to do as Quinn. One is to push waves and move around the map and, make plays and roam. That's number 1. Do you think what the other one would be?
Another one. I assume she's not nearly as strong as the other top laners, so like one-on-ones are kind of hard. But maybe farming? I don't know.
Yeah, you do. You want to get as much farm as possible and as much XP as possible.
Okay.
And you want to be moving around the map. But the main thing that makes Quinn so good is she's a range champion. And she's a range champion with safety. So you have your E, which is, that spell that lets you be extremely safe. Because if someone tries to fight you, you can just E away like this. And then, you're really safe back here. So the goal as Quinn is to use your range to poke. So here I'm farming, I'm pushing, but between my farming and pushing, I'm just poking him. And I would basically, for now, to keep it simple for you, I would say you don't want to use your E to poke. So you just poke them, poke them, poke them. Imagine this is Garen, right? I poke him, poke him, poke him, poke him. I'll farm a bit. And then if he runs at you, that's when you can E him. And then you can leave. And then you wait for your E. And once you've got your E, you can start poking, 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 poking. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think one thing I've noticed that's good about Quinn is that
Demacia is counting
her
on us.
cooldowns seem quite fast, if I'm not mistaken. So,
Yeah, they are
Like-
pretty short. So, our goals for lane phase. Lane phase. So number one, I would put them in this priority as well. Number one, get as much golden XP as possible, especially XP. Number two, roam and impact the map. This is going to be after we've pushed the wave to be efficient. So like I showed you, we lose less if we push the wave first. And then third, we're looking to try to poke when E is up. Use E if they try to respond. Be patient. And wait for E to come back up before poking again. And we're trying to, do all three of these things at once. And it's a lot to think of, I've got to last hit these minions. I'm trying to poke him. I'm trying to, make it so that I'm pushing the wave and not him. So there's a lot of things going on at once, but once you've got these goals in your head, you can sort of think, this game, how well did I do at this? And how well did I do at this? And, where's my room for improvement?
Covered.
Once you're trying to do all these different things. That all sound okay?
everything sounds good so far, yeah.
Okay, cool. Did I? Okay, I never actually did this. Now that we've done that, what I want to do is just explain to you what I consider the job of a top laner to be. So I wrote it there, so if you read it, you might have had a sneak peek and you might be able to cheat, but what do you think the job of a top laner is?
Oh man, I read it.
That's okay.
So it's to, yeah, it's it's to push as much while gaining experience. It's no, that's, could you explain it? I'm not very eloquent. I'm sorry.
A bird's eye
That's
view
okay.
is the best advantage.
To push minions and
Yeah. We're definitely pushing minions. Pushing minions is sort of how we achieve the goal, but it's not actually what the goal is, if that makes sense. I'll tell you, I
Okay.
just like to get people to sort of think,
Sometimes I swear that bird is just
rather than just me talking at you a lot. I wanted to give you a chance to sort of
Yeah.
breathe a little instead of just listening to me all day. So the way I put it in words is that the job of the top laner is to create numbers advantages without losing experience. So that whole passage
Okay.
of play that I was doing here, right, where I was, oops, I don't really want to be in my ultimate. But what I'm doing here, where I'm pushing this wave and I'm setting myself up so that I don't lose experience, one of the things that I can look to do, right, that I did there is I pretended I was killing their mid laner. And the reason it's
Right.
easy for me to kill their mid laner is that I also have a mid laner there, right? So if I do this and I come down here and I try and kill this guy, it's a 2v1 because my mid laner's here too. Let
Right.
me turn the minions off so that they're all gone. There you go. So here's my mid laner, here's theirs, and we 2v1 him. I've created a numbers advantage.
Demacians are no easy.
Okay? So in this situation, why is this a numbers advantage? What's stopping the enemy top laner from also coming down? Why doesn't the enemy top laner just come here and make it a 2v2?
Because ideally they should be trying to push your wave back.
Yeah. So,
You should have pushed down there,
We're in
and
this together.
they're trying to keep their towers from getting broken.
it's not so much about keeping their towers from getting broken, it's about this is a full minion wave of experience. So if they
Yeah.
leave now, the tower's just going to kill all of this, and they
Oh,
lose it.
then no, that makes sense. Yeah, if they
Just
leave, if they lose out on the experience, then you end up leveling up, and
Yeah, exactly.
it's hard to get back from that.
Yeah.
That is one thing I noticed. All right, so yeah, I noticed that the top laner tends to level up way before
Yeah.
everyone
That's-
else.
that's
Like
'cause they spend a lot of
AD
time
carry
on
and
their own.
support. Yeah.
So you get more experience from minions if nobody shares it with you. So because the top lane is on their own a lot, you just get a lot of solo
Yeah.
experience, and that levels you up more. So yeah, it's like when you remember when I was saying if you're pushed under your turret and you recall, the turret will kill all your minions, and you lose. And we lost 7 instead of 1. It's the same thing there, right? If we push them under their turret and then we roam, it's really hard for the enemy top laner to actually follow our roam and impact the game as much as we are, because if they choose to try and, save their mid laner, they're going to lose a full wave of experience. So that's why pushing waves is so good. We push, and then the enemy has to... It creates a numbers advantage in 2 ways, right? 1, their team have to be here to catch this wave. And then 2, you don't have to be here, so you can just go here and do something, or you can go into their jungle, or go and play this objective, or let's say your team's fighting over dragon, right? If the enemy top laner has to farm his wave, but you can just fly down to this dragon as Quinn, you get there so fast with your ultimate and these boots. You just fly down and you can just help them play for this dragon, and then when you're done, you fly back and come back and get your wave again. So yeah, the top laner's job is to create numbers advantages without losing experience.
Demacia is counting on us.
And the further into these sessions we get, the more I'll talk about like different things that you can do with... do you know what this concept's called? There's a name for it that we have in League of Legends, where I can move right now, but he can't.
Buy me some time. Now.
You can move. No, I don't know if I'm familiar.
That's okay. So this concept where you push and you can move is called priority. So you would say, like, right now I have priority. And then the concept of being really efficient and, like, moving only when you've pushed so you don't lose experience, that's called tempo. So this play that I'm making right now, if I was to go and gank mid, because I've pushed the wave, that's a really good tempo play, or, like, high tempo. Whereas if the wave was on my tower and I still tried to move, that's a really low tempo play, because I'm losing a lot of minions for that. So the top laner wants to try to make lots of high tempo plays and not lose experience and create these numbers advantages. And if you do that, you're being a very, very good top laner. A lot of people watch top lane and they see like Riven and Aurelia and stuff, and they think like, oh, my job is to 1v1 people and get really fed. But ideally, that's not really the top laner's job. That's just like, if you're like a lot better than your opponent and you can style on them, that's like a way you can style on them, but that's not really your job in the game. So, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
usually when I see when I think of top lane, I think of like
The best advantage.
1v1s, like, and it's
Yes.
I-
The 1v1
you
is
don't
something you have to do. Like, you have to 1v1 your opponent to be able to push the wave. So that's kind of like, to me, it's like the 1v1 is more of an obstacle than the actual goal. Like, the goal is to be able to do this and, like, impact the game. But you have to be beating, or like you have to be good enough to 1v1 this guy to be able to push the wave, because otherwise, like, whichever top lane is doing better is going to be able to push the wave, right? And the other one's going to be struggling and like sat under their tower. That's why winning top lane is important. Okay. Do you have any questions? Because that's most of the things that I wanted to teach you. The last thing is I wrote down what your runes and items would be, and I would say just stick to them every game to keep it simple.
Okay. I don't have a whole lot of questions because you've been really in depth and there's a lot of information. I'm
I don't
a
want to
little
give you
itty bitty
too
beginner,
much.
so
Yeah, I think I should stop there.
you mentioned that practice tool should be my home for now. Should I, if I wanted to practice against, like, in a game, do you recommend quick play or stick to bots, or what do you recommend?
Depends what your goal is. If your goal is to practice this stuff, like your drills, then I would say go into practice tool, practice them, and then go and practice them in bots. And like your camera movement, like getting used to clicking on the map and then having it snap back to you, like this. That stuff is really good in bots. Everything else, the stuff about pushing and getting good recalls and losing as little XP and then trying to like create numbers advantages in places, I would say that's better in quick play where you've got actual teammates to play around.
Okay.
And the enemy does too. But yeah, I would say every time before you have like a session of playing the game, just try to sort of hold yourself
Spend a little bit in.
accountable to spending a little bit of time in practice tool and practicing this, and you'll feel yourself very quickly get better at it the more you try to do it.
There's always a
I'll happily do that. Yeah,
Cool.
absolutely.
Awesome. Okay, so
Excellent.
let me quickly talk you through the items that we're going to go for. Oops. Because we're going to do this every game. And then I'll talk you through the rules.
Yeah, I have no
runes.
idea how builds work, so please, yeah, I appreciate this.
Okay, so one thing you can do, I can show you this after, is you can make... Actually, I'll show you this now. And if you want to follow along, feel free. If you go into collection, and then you can go into items, and you can actually... this is import. Here we go. Create an empty set. And you can create your item sets here. So I can actually export it and you can import this if you want to just watch. But
yeah,
for example, Doran's Blade and Potion is going to be your starting items. And then your Symbiotic Souls are the boots. So this is going to be your speedy boots. Then for our main items, we're going to go with Stride Breaker, and then Collector, and then Lord Dominic's, and then Infinity Edge, and then we'll go Edge of Night. And that'll just be a really nice, all-rounded sort of AD build. What I want to do now is put it for the champion Quinn on Summoner's Rift. Save that. So now if I load back into the practice tool,
justice takes wing.
see how quickly we can load in. But there's going to be a new tab available to you in the shop once you've imported this.
Oh, excellent.
So here you can go on item sets, and here we go. It's just called new item set. I should probably give it a name, but you can see it's the categories I made, right? You've got your starting items, speedy boots, and then the main items, and they're all sort of listed out for you. Now you have two options once you're in the game. Hang on, let me just try to lower my gold by buying and selling a lot because I have way too much gold. I want not enough gold to buy the items. So it's up to you whether you buy your boots, right? And then you can either choose which ones to buy. If you click on it, it shows you the components. Or you can just press, there's this nice new little feature, which, you just press purchase components and it just tries to spend most of your gold. You can't really go wrong with that. Like, technically, I think it's better for Quinn to do something like this with this amount of gold, or like this. Maybe this is best. But that's like really min-maxy. If you just press purchase components, it just tries to spend as much gold as it can, and then it gives you,
Val's stealing
the best
our
items
glory
it thinks.
The benefits of, yeah.
Yeah. Let me get you this item set. And then you can import it. So... My game's not loading. There we go. So yeah, in collection items, we'll change this to be called Quinn. And then if I export this set, if I send you this, if you copy that, that message, and then if you press here, there's import item sets. So if I delete this one now, actually, I can show you. So once I've got that message copied, I can come onto here, go into my collection, go into items, import item sets, paste the copied set, paste it in there, and there you go. I've got this Quinn item set now.
Okay.
So yeah, if you want to do that, you've got that. That will help. And then I would also just like to talk you through the rune page. and like what they do. Because I would say run the
Okay.
same runes every game, and I would say to build this rune page that I'm going to show you. Okay. How familiar are you with the rune system? Have you made your own rune pages at all?
No, I've always been doing the preset runes.
Okay. This will be a good exercise then. I'll just talk you through what all the different runes do. I wouldn't mess with them too much. I would run the page that we're going to build here every game. But I'll just tell you what each rune does. So there's 5 different categories. Generally speaking, the yellow one, precision, is about DPS. Damage per second, like consistent damage. The red one is about burst damage, so doing as much damage as quickly as possible. The blue one is about sort of spell casting, and doing as much with your spells as possible. The green one's about survivability, and the white one is kind of like utility, sometimes like movement speed, or you can get like points in your abilities, extra money, you can slow people, stuff like that. So it's all utility in here. For Quinn, we're going to be looking at a mix of the burst damage one with the abilities one.
Okay.
For our keystone, we're going to be using Electrocute. So you might have noticed that in your game or watching me in practice tool. On champions, it has a 20-second cooldown, and you can see the cooldown above your abilities. But if you hit them with 3 separate attacks or abilities within 3 seconds, it will do like an electric shock on them that does bonus damage.
Okay.
So that's really nice. That's going to be like your main rune. The next one's going to be Sudden Impact. This will deal bonus damage after you use a dash. So for Quinn, when you E them, it will automatically activate it. So it will just make your E do bonus damage always because of this Sudden Impact rune. This is going to be a really simple page as well. It's just like really sort of nice and does the job well. So the next one's going to be Eyeball Collection. This one's really simple. Every time you kill a champion, you gain some attack damage. That's it. So it just, it stacks up over the course of the game. You get some attack damage. Really nice. And then the last one in this main tree, you're gonna see very quickly why this is very good for Quinn. It's called Relentless Hunter. So you gain movement speed out of combat, and you can get 5 stacks of it for each enemy champion. So like, let's say you kill their top laner, you'll get 1 stack. Then you can't get another stack from their top laner. You've got to kill like their jungler or their mid or their AD. But every time you kill someone on the enemy team, like a unique target, you'll get more and more move speed. So this one's really nice for Quinn. Just lets you zoom around. In this tree, we're going to be taking these 2 runes, which are called Absolute Focus and Gathering Storm. Absolute Focus just gives you attack damage when you're above 70% of your health. Quinn, a lot of the time, is going to be coming out of the base. So she's going to be high health a lot, because you can do those really fast recalls. And Gathering Storm will just give you attack damage every 10 minutes. So at 10 minutes it gives you 5 attack damage, at 20 minutes it gives you 14, at 30 minutes it gives you 29, at 40 minutes it gives you 48, and it just keeps going up and up and up. So it's just free attack damage. And these shards, I wouldn't worry too much about them. You take them like this for Quinn, but they're just like little pieces of stats. So this one gives you some attack speed, this one gives you some attack damage, and this one gives you some health. And that's it.
Okay.
So yeah, I would just make your runes look like this. You can play around with the runes thing, but this is pretty convincingly the best page on Quinn. And if you just play this every game and get used to it, that will be really, really nice for you. Okay, do you have any questions? I think I've covered most of my notes now.
Not really. No, I think this is a lot.
Yes.
Yeah, I think
it's
just
a lot for you
like
to...
what you. No, but I'm happy about this. Like I'm sure I'll be practicing on this. So, maybe we could meet again in a week. I think that's enough time for me to like do all of this and try to get some muscle memory.
Yeah.
And then you can see how I'm doing, and hopefully, actually, I'm pretty confident that just by doing this, I will get a lot better.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, and definitely by the next time we meet, I'll be able to play ranked.
Yeah.
And I can maybe do a couple matches and let you know how that went.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah,
I'd like if you could, obviously no pressure, but the better you get at this stuff, the quicker we can start talking about like how to play laning phase correctly, and then like how to play the game
yeah,
as a strategy game correctly, and like we can improve in those areas. But I put here the last thing in my notes that number one by far is practice. Just play as many games as you can, and don't slack on your practice tools.
excellent. I haven't really done too much practice tools, so I will make that a priority.
Cool. I just sent you my notes there in the message. Let
Oh,
me
thank
actually-
you.
I'll just put, because it's sort of merged into the thing I sent you above, which was like the item set. I'm just gonna draw a little line like this in text. There you go, and then it separates it.
Great.
Okay, it hasn't quite been 2 hours yet. We've got like 10 minutes left, so it's up to you whether you want to anything you want to talk about, or if you want to practice and have me watch, or you want me to, answer any questions for you, or talk about champions,
Yeah.
or anything at all. Open to you.
Do you recommend that, for example, because we've been focusing on Quinn, and I am really new, do you think it's a better idea for me to focus? Because what I've been doing for the past couple of weeks has been, I've been playing, like, experimenting with a lot of champions and finding which ones feel like something I could make work.
Yeah.
But do you think it's in my best interest to keep learning a variety of champions? Oh my goodness, the mastery is crazy. Should I keep doing that, or should I like Quinn and maybe like one or two other champs for now
What I would
and
do
just keep improving? Yeah.
is I would pick a main. So let's say Quinn is your main, right? Just what it really
Okay.
doesn't matter. Whatever champion you like most, and try to play maybe 60% of your games on your main.
Okay.
The rest, I would just play different champions. When you get into ranked and you're trying to climb the ranks, I would say play your main every game. But for now, being as early on as you are, it's really good to just play different champions and learn what their abilities do. So play like 60% of games as your main, and then the other 40% just try to play as many characters as possible. So like, you play a game of Camille and you get a feeling for what her spells do, and then when you play against Camille, you'll know like, okay, she can hook off that wall and onto me, and it has sort of this much range, and if I stand here, I'm away from the wall, she's less threatening and stuff like that.
Excellent. All right. And do you recommend I've been experimenting with different champs on like Aram, for example.
That's a really good way
should
to
I continue
learn
with?
them. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I think that'll do that for like regular games. I'll continue with Quinn, and then Aram, just to get an idea of what everyone else can do.
Okay.
Yeah. What else? What else? I can't think of anything at the moment, honestly.
Okay, it's no problem.
I can't. Yeah. You've been very in depth, and I really like that you were taking notes, and I can come back and watch this later on.
Oh yeah, let me give you a link to the video actually.
Oh, thank you.
If I send this link, that should be the video, and it should stay after the live stream ends.
Okay, great. Yeah. So yeah, I will move to. It's either going to be North America or Latin America.
Okay.
I don't think Japan is an option. I think you need special permission to use the Japan servers, if I'm not correct.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
but
wherever I get more ping,
definitely get that mouse and then get into practice tool and see how far through the levels of the drills you can get. I think if you can do pretty well at like level 3, that's going to be really good. Once you get really good at level 4, once you get good at level 4 of the drill, you will feel good when you play the game. Do you know what I mean? Like, it just the game feels so smooth once you get to that point where you can do two different things while moving your character in between, then it's like, okay, yeah, now I'm starting to get good at controlling my character.
Yeah, no, that makes sense because like when I play against people, it feels like they're doing multiple things at the same time. It's like I can't really do much against them if they're, multitasking and I'm, trying to
Yeah, it's a lot to
even
get
hit
used
them.
to.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Okay,
I think that's all for today.
cool.
Thank you very much.
No problem. Thank you for joining. I hope you enjoyed yourself as much as I did. It's been great to have you.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. See you next time.
All right, bye bye.
Bye bye.